Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Aulia, you can call me Putri, and now I will explain you about friendly communication and vocatives. Let's enjoy my video. Okay, in friendly communication, I will explain about the first is beginning and ending conversation. The second is beginning and ending letters. The third is thanks, apologize, and regrets. The fourth is good wishes, congratulations, and condolence. The fifth is offers. The first is beginning and ending conversation. Okay, we start from the first, that is greetings. For polite conversation, we can say good morning, good evening, or good afternoon. Then, for very familiar conversation, we can say hello or hi. Okay, the second is farewell, but temporary. In British, for very familiar, you can say cheers, but for familiar, you can say cheerio. Then, for very familiar conversation that usually we use every conversation, that is bye bye, see you later, and so long. Then, for familiar conversation, we can say see you at 6 o'clock or see you tomorrow. And you can say good night for final word before parting for the night or before going to bed. Next, the third is farewell, but more permanent. Okay, you can say goodbye, and there is other remarks may be added for politeness. The first is it's been nice knowing you, and the second is I hope you have a good journey. Then the fourth is introduction. If you want to introduce your friends to your other friends, you can say, may I introduce you to Miss Brown? Or you can say, this is John Smith. Or maybe you want to ask your friends to meet with your husband, like this, meet my husband. And the last, you can say, I don't think you have met my neighbor, Mr. Quick. Then, you can introduce your neighbor to Mr. Quick. Next, the fifth is greetings in introduction. First, for formal, you can say, how do you do? Then, you can say, glad to meet you. You can say, how are you? For informal, you can say, hello. Okay, after the greeting, a conversation may continue with a polite inquiry about health. You can ask with, how are you? For familiar, you can say, how are you getting on? Then, for very familiar, you can say, how things? How things and how are you getting on? Same with how are you? Common replies to such question are, first, I'm fine, and how are you? The second is, very well, thank you, and you? And if someone is liable to provoke, you might begin the conversation with, what are you feeling today? How are you feeling these days? Or you can say, I hope you are well. Especially in Britain, opening the remarks about the weather are common. The first is, it's a lovely day. isn't it? Then you can answer it, yes, isn't it beautiful? The second, you can say, what miserable weather? And the answer is dreadful. Okay, next, the explaining about beginning and ending letters. Okay, now I will show you the example of a formal official letter. Okay, next is example of a less formal letter. Then, next is example of an informal letter between acquaintances. Okay, next about thanks, apologize, and regrets. For thanks, you can say thank you and many thanks. Then, thanks very much. In British slang, you can say TA. And for responses to thanks, you can say not at all, that's alright, and you're welcome. Okay, next, for apologize, you can say excuse me, I'm sorry, or I beg your pardon. Excuse me in British is limited to might apologize for routine impolite behavior, for interrupting or sneezing, for pushing in front of somebody. One would say I beg your pardon for mishaps such as treading on someone's toe. More lengthy apologies are I extremely sorry about the letter, or I'm extremely sorry for forgetting to send the letter. Or you can say, will you forgive or excuse me if I have to leave early? Then you can say, I hope you will forgive or excuse me if I have to leave early. Responses to apologize, that is, that's alright or don't worry. Next, in regrets, informal conversation, we can say, I'm sorry, I was unable to come to the meeting. And for formal or written, you can say, I regret that I was unable, blah blah blah, according to your abstraction. The next material is good wishes, congratulations, and condolence. These are normally spoken with a falling tone. The first is good wishes. The example for this is good luck. The next example is best wishes for your vacation. Next is I wish you every success in your new career. Next is good wishes sent to the third person. The first example is please give my best wishes to Sally. And the second example is please remember me to your father. The third example is please give my kindest regards to your wife. And the last example is say hello to Joe. The next is seasonal greetings. The first example is Happy New Year. The second example is Happy birthday to you. And next example is Happy Eid Idha. Okay, next for toast. For toast, you can say good health or your health. That is formal. And you can say cheers. Then you can say here is to your job. And you can say here's to the future. Those are for familiar conversation. Okay, next is about congratulations. You can say congratulations to your engagement. And you can say well done. The meaning is for success or achievement. And the last example is, may we congratulate you on your recent appointment. It is formal, guys. Okay, the last is condolence. In condolence, you can say, please accept my deepest sympathy on the death of your father. And it's formal. And for informal, you can say, I was extremely sorry for the death of your father. Okay, the next material about offers. In making an offer, you can make use of questions about the wishes of hearer. The example is, would you like another helping for turkey? The next example is, shall I get you a chair? The last example is, can I open the door for you? And in accepting an offer in the form of question, we say, for acceptance, we say, yes, please. The example, you ask, can I open the door for you? Then you answer, yes, please. And the next is refusal. You can say, no, thank you. The example is, shall I get a chair for you? Then you say, no, thank you. Then, if you want to say more polite acceptances, you can say, yes, thank you, I love some more. Or you say, yes, please, that's very kind of you. Then, if you want to say more polite refusals include an explanation of the refusal, you can say, that's very kind of you, but I couldn't possibly manage anymore. The second example is, no, thank you very much, I'm just leaving. The third example is, no, please don't bother, I can manage, thank you. And in familiar English, commands are often used in making offers, like, have some more coffee, do sit down, and let me a good chair for you. Okay, continue to the last part is vocatives. To get someone's attention, you can use a vocative such as John, Mr. Johnson, Dr. Smith, or Tree. The example is, John, I want you. Next example is, have you got a minute, Mr. Johnson? The last example is, Dr. Smith, have you seen this report? Vocatives can be used more generally to mark the speaker's relation to the hearer. Sir and Madam are vocatives which mark respect to a stranger. The example is, did you order a taxi, madam? After a rising tone, the intonation continues to rise through the vocative. Other titles or respect and some professional titles can be used as vocatives. Ladies and gentlemen, that is formal for opening a speech. Or you can say, my lord, to appear a bishop or a British judge or etc. Or you can say, your honor, to an American judge. And you can say, your excellency, to ambassador. Or you can say, Mr. President, Prime Minister, father, to a priest. Or you can say, doctor, to a medical doctor, or etc. In contrast, the following are some of the many people of the use of vocatives, like daddy, old man, you guys, my dear, and darling. English is restricted in form of address to strangers. Sir and especially madam are too formal to be used in most situations. Miss as a vocative is by many considered or impolite. Some people even feel that occupational vocatives like waiter or driver are rather impolite, although others, like nurse, Similar, nursing sister or operator for telephone are acceptable. Operator, could you put through a call to Japanese, please? Thus, to get the attention of strangers, you may often have to rely on "excuse me" or in American, "I beg your pardon." Alhamdulillah, finally, my explanation is finished. Thank you for your attention, guys, for watching my video. If I get wrong in my video, please correct me if I'm wrong. Thank you for